Do, 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 do. What's up, everybody? I'm Chad Eckert. This is the preferred line. I'm so excited. I don't even know where I am. Joe Idone. This is the winning podcast, the Preferred Lines podcast, where we just cash 125 to 1 winners all day long every week. It's a winning podcast, baby. So I'm wearing the chicken suit. Chicken dinner, baby.
The chicken suit only comes out for very big hits. So congratulations to you on the house bet. Awesome job. Cam Champ was awesome. And let's have a show about the Olympics.
Yeah, right. Dude, the 3M Open. So fun.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers to that. Cheers to taking down a mega profit. Now, before we get into everything, let's talk about the Jock Market. Those people over there are great people. The Jock Market, you can use promo code PL when you first deposit. Up to $50 will be returned back to you in free dollars. So you can go do that now. It's a great – I don't know if it's Olympic. Are they doing the Olympics?
For what? For Jock Market? No, there will not be a contest this week.
Okay, so you got time. You can sign up later. You guys are in the chat. We're chatting live. We're live every Monday evening, and we got Fran Millionaire in here. What up? He's saying let's go because we love it. It's so fun, Joe. Let's reflect, though, on the best tournament of the year, if not the best tournament I've ever been a part of in my life, the 3M Open with Cameron Champ trying to give me the biggest heart attack of my life on 18, finding the longest grass on the whole course and the most meaningful drive of his life.
Were you there, or were you there? When were you there?
I was on the grounds Tuesday for the practice round. I was there for a few hours, as long as I could last with my son Liam, who is a 4.5-year-old. So he was he's only there for a few hours before. So it was hot and humid, as you saw. Cameron Champ almost collapse on Sunday. I did not make it there during the tournament. I didn't choose to. It's just it was so hot that I literally thought it would be painful. And it's 40-minute drive from my house just to get there. Then you got to take a shuttle into the property. Then you got to find where you want to be. And I got a real job. I'm a realtor, and I had to do an open house both Saturday and Sunday. So it's kind of hard to find the time to do it. And
you sold it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. Above that. Let's go.
Well, congratulations on your big weekend. Like you mentioned, we both had Cameron Champ at what did you have? 140?
I had 125. So
it's awesome.
I immediately saw it at 90. That was the first bet I made of the week. So sometimes my strategy typically is to open up the betting board and just fire $1 off of guys that I feel are good. So by Wednesday, I can look back and be like, what were my initial thoughts? Because now I'm confused and befuddled by all the stuff I've read and ingested. So my first bet of the week was Cameron Champ. And sometimes when I'm on the fence about things, that will give me confidence to pull the trigger on something like that. So they had him at 90 to 1 to begin with on that book. So then I found him on another book for 125 to 1, and that's where I put the $20 to cash $2,500. Wow.
Great. Awesome, man. Congratulations. I'm pumped for you. Good work on the house bets this season. I guess the season's not quite over, but that's the second house bet you've hit. So 40 to 1 and 125 to 1. That would be 165 houses that you've acquired. And you've lost how many along the way? 25? So you're up.
I might be the 30. That might have been the 30th one I did, or 29th.
So you're up. You're up 135 houses. Great work. I think anyone would strive for that ROI.
But I'm only betting $1 or $5 or $20, Joe. So I'm not worthy of credit, am I?
It's a good shtick. Let him hate you.
No, I know, you know it. Hey, I got a wife and kids, and they, my wife was along for the ride. Say I had $200 on this, my wife would be wondering, wait a minute, we're playing with real money here, and we're gonna win real money. This is a real thing. Instead, we can play with $20, and it doesn't have to feel real. And then I never get scolded for my hobby. It's great. And then I can include her, which I did. So I was able to have her with me on the ride. I mean, she knows my love of Cam Champ. She knows that I've been following him forever. So the fact that it was him in the situation that we were in makes it so much better. But really, you can't even write this script of having it be my hometown one of my favorite players, and then having him be an extreme long shot and it cashing. I mean, after Colin Morikawa last week, I literally think I should retire. I guess I can't get any better than this, Joe. Like, what the hell?
Should we just shut it down here?
No, I think so. I think this is it. Good to see you.
Maybe the final show, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Mike Eckert, your dad. Appreciate you stopping by for the party.
Hey, Mike. Good to see Mike's here for the victory parade. Hey, we're in the chicken soup because it's a chicken winter dinner. Now, we don't really need to harp on this ultimately too much, but it's fun, Joe, when you win and you kind of take the community with you along the roller coaster ride, because once you take it to the top of the roller coaster and you hit the jump and you're flying through the air and everybody's cheering as you cross the finish line, then what you can do is you can set your phone on the kitchen island with the sound on while you're making dinner, and you can hear ka-clink, 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 ka-clink over and over and over. My phone was just insane yesterday afternoon, just over and over, and my wife and I are just laughing like it was almost like, the most extreme dopamine rush of my life, and I only had to pay $20 to get it. I mean, it was the greatest.
It's fun. It's good to have the wives involved in it too. My wife was sweating champ with me as well on the couch. So great content, good moment. I know you went on Brian's show, who's here as well, and touted him up big time.
Yeah, he's so proud of me.
Second lunchtime long shot in a month that I've hit too, and it's also 2 out of 3 years at the 3M Open. I might have to come to the 3M next year. This is like, I had it was Wolf at 125 to 1, Champ at 140 to 1. I mean, this is my favorite event on tour.
God, but there's a lot to like about it other than the fact that we've gotten lucky ultimately and hit winners, because it's fun to have a lot of guys in the mix and know that there's also the ability to have a guy just go boom and catapult out, but also a guy go on a birdie run and get back into the mix. So I feel like this is, with the 18 being a par 5 and having the eagle, but also double bogey. I mean, this course in this tournament, whew, let's go forever.
I can see how it's like not the best to watch on TV. I think I was arguing with someone, but the closing 3 holes are incredible. Like the drivable par 4, basically, right? But still has water in play and weird bunker situations where you can make par if you're in them. Then the long par 3 over the water. We didn't really see too many people waste them there. But that par 5 finishing hole may be my favorite on tour. I was trying to think of some other ones. I mean, Honda's got a pretty good one because they have the par 5 18th with a ton of water. The one I love a par 5 like to finish. The one at Kapalua, I think, which is just like beautiful down the mountain or whatever. It's pretty cool. But this is like Eagle and Carnage are totally in play.
Right. I mean, you can see a guy go as far left as those like bushes behind the FedEx Cup sign, or you got Woodland going far right that he misses the water. Ultimately, it is almost in the parking lot.
Champ hit that thing so far fucking left, and he hit it in like a 3 foot by 3 foot patch that was knee high, and everything else was just totally trampled down.
God, and then he was like, okay, I'm just gonna go through these trees like a psychopath, and barely gets it to a point where it's it's still you have to lay up again. So way to go, champ. I mean, you gave me the biggest heart attack of my life. Is that kind of what was in your household? You were just like, what is going on?
Yeah, I was watching it. We had a couple people over for dinner, and like I was questioning him because I was sitting there with a guy, and I was like, why when he had 206 in on the 3rd shot, I was really questioning laying up there because it wasn't a bad lie. And I'm like, just blast something like through the green and into that grandstand and get your relief and make bogey and go home. Like take the water out of play on your following shot. But it worked out great for him. He hit a great, like it was almost like he took a ton of time to make the decision to lay up. And then he took no time. Like he didn't even take a practice swing. He grabbed the club, stepped in, and like swung before. I think even the guys calling it really knew what happened.
Ready for it.
The camera wasn't even really ready for that shot. He just grabbed the club and hit it, and all of a sudden he's like 88 yards in, perfect little wedge, good stuff.
Oh, it was good stuff. I mean, where do we go from here, Joe? Do we even like try to hit another winner?
We always try.
Yeah. So why don't we try doing that at the Olympic Games? What a great thing this is. The Olympics are back. No COVID's going to ruin it. It's still called the 2020 Olympics somehow for some reason. They didn't want to print new T-shirts, so here they go. But you got some different names than we saw in 2016 when we last had Olympic golf. And at the top of the board, at the tippity tip top, is Colin Morikawa at 6.5 on this book. Now, that's pretty aggressive. You have Xander right there at 2, under 10 to 1 at 8. Wow. So there's maybe a reason why they have got these guys at these numbers. Is it because it's the no cut thing and that the 4 rounds will allow a guy like Colin or a guy like Xander to rise to the top?
I immediately questioned it when I pulled open the board, but given how this field totally drops off after say 25 players, it's probably right. It feels a little sauced in their favor, in the sportsbook's favor. Morikawa at 7 to 1 feels terrible. Xander under 10 to 1 feels terrible. Is it that much different than a WGC event in terms we don't see these type of odds at a WGC. We're getting Justin Thomas at 18 to 1. We're getting Morikawa. You had Morikawa at 40 to 1. I mean, that probably won't happen anymore, but 7 to 1 and Vic Hovland, I'm not interested in doing anything sub 20. Are you?
I mean, at this point, not really, because we saw it in just the Open 2 weeks ago. You had a John Rahm at this typical top of the board number of 6, 7, 8 to 1. And then he had a decent but poor, in terms of everyone's eyes, round 1. So then you can hop on a guy that was 10 to 1 24 hours earlier at 30, 40. And then you've got a chance to get, maybe Colin has not the best putting day. And the board puts him at 20, 25 to 1 after round 1. Maybe we see what the course is doing, how it fits, and then we react. Because I honestly think that they've got these numbers this way because they know we all want to do this. We all want to be entertained and have a guy and have a bet. And so they're just fucking so that's why they're like, oh, ha, 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 we'll do this, and they'll do it. So, and some people are. So, but I'm not. I did not go to the top of the board. I didn't go to Justin Thomas or anyone under 20 to 1 either, which includes JT, Victor Hovland, Rory there at 12, Casey 12, Hideki, same thing. And then Patrick Reed is priced at 16 to 1. That seems nice, but then are you worried about Patrick Reed making the travel all the way across the world 3 times in a row?
No practice round prep. I don't know how you can possibly compare playing golf in eastern tip of England, then going to Minnesota, then going to Tokyo. It has to be that's a crazy journey. I respect him for accepting the offer and going there, but I don't think he's going to look. If there's a bet to make here, I'm pretty confident that it's Justin Thomas. I'm
at 11?
Make it. Yeah, I think he's the best bet. He's great in no cut events. He should be. God, Morikawa gets me because I don't ever bet him when he wins, but I feel like he should be right up there as one of the favorites here.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Thomas is the guy that wins in the Asian time zones most often, doesn't he?
Right.
You got the Asian time zone narrative going for us this week. I could agree with that, but maybe you go with the guy like Hideki, who I don't know has the same kind of body clock that maybe you want for a guy in Tokyo. 12 to 1. I
think Hideki won an event here as well. I don't know which one it was, but I'd rather take JT at a point less than Hideki any day.
Okay, but we don't do that. We don't go on top of the board as often, and this isn't as fun or juicy, and we know it's golf, so anything can happen, and the names of the 20s are just as solid. Got juicy names like Abraham Answer at 20 to 1, Joaquin Neiman, Joaquin. Well, 22 to him and 22 on Shane Lowry. Fleetwood's at 28. Im is 28 here. I found him other places higher than that, so you could go shop around. And maybe you'll find Corey Connors at a better number, or Bezudinu. They're both at 28, and same with Cameron Smith. That's the 20s. It's a loaded range. What's going on with this for you?
So, considering Neiman
Okay.
I see a 25 out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love it. Like, honestly, like Cam Smith and Corey Connors are kind of who I have my eyes on. From the initial like little bit of prep that I've done on the course, I think the Connors game should go very well. I think that he's trending, and I just think Cam Smith is just, when he gets it going, he's going to win tournaments. Like, I had him at the Open. I thought he was close. He drove it terribly, but he just hung in tight, and he makes birdies, and he's gutsy, and I love that. And I think that he's got a lot of motivation coming into this event. And the other guy I think that is worth some consideration just below them is Fleetwood. So
Okay.
I'm probably going to go with two of those three: Connors, Fleetwood, Cam Smith. I don't know if you want to sway me in any direction there, but what are you feeling?
Well, I was going to ask you about this, the 2016 Olympics where Justin Rose won the gold, and I believe like Kuchar was, I don't know, I think it was an old man narrative kind of thing. Does it make any difference if they're young or old? Are you kind of leaning someone that wants to, hey, I want to get a gold medal, like a Paul Casey, and that's like a lifetime achievement award for him? Or is this like a young guy like Cam Smith maybe decides, hey, I want to go for this, like it's kind of cool? But do younger guys even care about Olympic medals? I mean, I'm kind of in the between where it's like I used to be obsessed with the Olympics growing up, and that was important. And now, like, you know, I can see how younger people are like, why does this matter? These are all obscure sports, and it's weird, and it's on in the middle of the night. Like, do I give a shit?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to say that it's like an age thing.
Okay.
I think it was more coincidental that we saw like Rose and Cooch up there, you know, the last time around. But for the most part, I think it just boils down to the player. Like, I know Fleetwood is obviously ecstatic and like thrilled to be playing here.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's hard to say. I'm sure Joaquin Neiman is very excited too, because he's gets to represent his country, and I'm sure that's a very exciting moment for him. Like, some of the other guys, it's hard to, like Rory, for instance, doesn't seem into it, and he kind of told us that. So, like, if you're betting Rory 12-1, you're just hoping that he plays well early and then decides he wants to win this game, because I don't know that you know, he's all in, so to speak, on the Olympics.
Yeah, I kind of agree to that. Hey, Jesse's in the chat. He's noticing that, yes, I have dusted off the chicken suit, and this is what we do. We, you know, celebrate, because this is what we're doing this for fun. If you're not celebrating and you're a hater, and get the hell out of here, because we're just having fun. This is just for fun. It's $20 too. It's the best, so that we can celebrate and we don't feel bad about it. Right, Joe? For fun.
Right.
If you have a problem, you probably should call 1-800-GAMBLER. And we're not advising you to take our advice. In fact, don't follow the house bet for like another 30 weeks, because it's probably going to go on a losing streak. As you know, this thing is gambling.
Yes.
Anyway, back to the board, and we can go into the 30s. And there's a name I like to do. Well, maybe we don't want to leave until we talk about Sung Jae Im. Is it time to go all in on the narrative that he wants to win and get a medal, so that he... Now, this is to win the gold medal at 28-1. He could still land at the silver or the bronze and avoid military service. Are we thinking about the pressure that Sung Jae is under, and if it's too much to handle?
Extreme, heightened pressure. Life-altering pressure that he's under. His career's on the line. Could be on the line. Yeah. I think that where I stand on it is there's no better storyline in golf this week than Sung Jae and Siwoo Kim potentially giving themselves the opportunity to continue to have success, to continue to be world renowned, to continue to earn a living playing professional golf. That's what I'm rooting for. I think that Siwoo's the better bet in terms of an outright.
You can get him at 50.
Yeah, you can 55. Get him at 60. So I like him at double the number. Is kind of where I'm probably going to. I'm going to put some money on Siwoo. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The first bets I made are on Im and Kim. I'm into this. I don't care. It's going to be fun, and that's like half the thing I'm thinking about.
It's the only rooting story that really, really matters.
Yeah. Now, I glossed over Shane Lowry. He's the type of guy that I think could come in here a little sneaky. He's playing great golf, and that will have the motivation to care. I feel like just it seems like the kind of gold medal guy that you'd be like, hey, look at this. It's just a gold medal athlete. Shane Lowry, cool. Okay. And it would be great.
You know what would be cool is if we could get, and we may later in the week, get like country odds to win. So any USA player would probably be like plus 150 or something crazy like that. But I would like to just take like Team Korea, and there's some other interesting ones I think throughout where you can have like
Aussie.
One of two guys to win. The Aussies. I like the Chileans as well with Neiman and Pereira coming in. So I think those would be some fun bets this week. I hope we get that offering.
Now, you talked about Cameron Smith. I think I could lean more Leishman, actually. Okay. I just think another reason is the fact that it seems like he would get up for this type of thing. He would kind of get motivated to have that on his resume. I feel like he fits that narrative in my head about the type of personality he is, and that it would mean something to him. Like if, I don't know, I just feel like that kind of has to be somewhat important. I know, okay, everybody's going to want it, but there's a point where it's like, do I really care about being isolated and having this and then you mentally give up? I don't know if Leishman has that. I think he's more older veteran, but not too old. And I think he would represent well. He's been a winner recently. I don't know, Leishman in my head.
I like Leishman too. Yeah.
But then after this, and you only have Siwoo, but after that, I haven't fallen in love with much. You've got, we didn't talk about Higo or Migliazzi, who are names in the 50s, but does the public want that? You could probably wait on those, right?
Yeah, I like, the one that I like is Tom Peters at 70-1. I think that you're getting a little bit of bump. Is he still 70-1 there? Yes, he is. So I think you're getting a little bit of a bump on just the fact that he's like no longer ever plays on the PGA Tour. So we don't see him a lot, but I think that he finished runner-up or fourth place in the last Olympic Games, which was a while ago. But
one off the medaling, so he's motivated.
I just see the most upside in him at this range. So I like Peters. I'm probably definitely going to go Kim and Peters right in this range.
Okay. Munoz is the type of guy that would fit in with him. I'd take Munoz to medal. Is this to medal? Top 5 finish. So I don't know. Maybe I'll look around and see if there's like to medal. And then you get a Munoz to medal at like 30-1, 40-1. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Otherwise, the numbers are great. And like, truthfully, we don't know a lot about the course. We don't know what's the weather going to be like, what's going on, who is motivated, who wants to play in the middle of the night when no one's watching, like all this weird stuff with the COVID and the restrictions and the isolations from your family and all this weird shit. So then maybe you do go with a long shot, because we've seen that anything can really happen. And I would not be surprised if one of these dudes creeps into the top 3. So like, who is it going to be though? Are you into anyone other than Pereira? I mean, we've seen that guy, how do you ever pronounce it? Mito.
No, I think it's going to be a big leap for any of these guys. I think that we're in top 5, top 10 territory here. The one guy that kind of stuck out to me, Henrik Norlander. I think he has.
He's kind of he's played okay.
30-1. Yeah, he's in reasonable form lately. Let me see. I just had it pulled up. 5th place, 28th, 38th. 25th before that. Seems to be positive in strokes gained in a lot of different categories, except for really his around the green game, which tends to hurt him. So, if he can avoid that and just hit a lot of greens in regulation, I think that he could make some noise. 18-1 there on a top 5 is a pretty good digit.
Yep. Let's see. I know Jazz just finished well at the Open, or at least made the cut and was around. But otherwise, could you sell me on Rory Sabatini? No, wants to be here, so he changes his nationality from what is he? Was he Romanian? What was he before? Now was he Slovakian before?
He's American.
Like, what is he? Oh, was he American?
Yeah, he lives by me. He just wants to be in the Olympics. Yeah, so Crafty moved there, but he's playing like shit, so I wouldn't touch him.
Yeah, right. Jeez. Sepp Straka. I mean, that's a name you've played maybe on like a fall swing event.
Adrian Bronk hits it a long way, maybe.
Okay.
Balamaki on there. No, these guys aren't going to win. No.
Okay, cool. So we can be done. Well, do you have your article out for DraftKings for your? Aren't you writing an article now? Should we promote that?
I am. We should.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that last week. We forgot.
We haven't. I am now a writer. No, I do a weekly DraftKings article for oddschecker.com where I put out my favorite DraftKings play in each price range. So that should be out tomorrow.
Cool. You are going to do it for the Olympics.
I am going to do it. I'm 10 for 10 so far with OddsChecker. I have yet to have a player miss a cut. So pretty impressive stuff, I must say. I hope that you read it. I will repost it on my page. Give it a quick glance, maybe give it a like so that they know that people actually read my stuff.
Joe, I want to give you a little bit of credit for being a DraftKings guru, dude. Honestly, you're in my league.
I don't talk about it much, but I have had a great run of DraftKings recently.
Dude, I'm going to take some people behind the curtain here. This is the DraftKings league that I am in, okay? This is the standings overall through the season. And, not to brag myself, but I'm in third. But Joe is just murdering. I mean, he's in first place. He's got the best overall season score. I think you cashed fourth this time. Well, you cashed the first couple of times. 120 the first. You cashed the winner in the first segment. And he's leading season long in my league. I know this is lame because you don't know any of these people in that, but I just wanted to show you that it's real. So check out the OddsChecker article and get the insider information and use it against Joe. I will in my own league. So it's going to be great. But yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for celebrating with us and with me on Twitter. It was so fun to do that and wear the chicken suit dude, this isn't the first time, not the last time, that the podcast will come together and pick a winner. So we want you to keep following every Monday night and then do so by subscribing and doing all the things you need to do to make sure you follow us. Joe Idone at Tour Picks. I'm Eddie Dino Real Chief. Thank you for watching. You guys, we'll see you next week. It's the WGC, I think, or something.
Yes. Memphis. Peace.
Peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching.